So it's after lunch, so let's start with some familiada joke.
I knew I was missing something.
So the question is, what does quantum physics have in common with Agile? You cannot explain to your grandmother. Yeah, thank you. But it's not what we wanted to talk about today. My name is Piotr Ślusarczyk, and I'm engineering manager working for Motorola.
And my name is Daria Markowska. In Agile world for around 4 years, and together with Piotr, we are working to bring some more agility to product development.
Okay, please raise your hands if you had physics in school. Okay, great, almost 100%. But did you heard about the observer effect? So for those who haven't heard about the observer effect, it's a situation that act measuring of observing can change the measured object. So let's imagine that you want to measure the temperature of a tea, but you only have the frozen thermometer. So what will happen? Using that thermometer, you are lowering the temperature of the tea. Another good example that can be presented through this famous meme, it's quantum physics. It's real that observing or not observing of object can change it. And the question is, do we observe the observer effect in Agile experiments? Let's check it.
So now that we established that you had physics in school and we know what the observer effect is, let's see if it actually affects Agile experiments and it measures. So one of the first metrics I would like to share with you is code review cycle time. So some backstory for this one. Around a year ago, one of our team wanted to try working in Kanban, and we thought it's actually a great opportunity to inspect and improve our flow. So I did some analysis and discovered that our code review time could actually use some improvements. So I brought the topic to the team. And this is the data I showed to them. And what you see here is actually average time in code review status, right, per month. So as you can see, initially items we were working on were spending so much time in code review, more than 5 days. We all agreed that it's way too much and we would like to do something about it. So we discussed it and we decided that from now on, we will be inspecting that daily during dailies, right? So we'll be looking at the column in code review. So the first results we already saw in June and July, right? So we are observing and we were able to get it to 3 days and then even less than 3 days. So in 2 months, we were able to cut it in half. Amazing, right? We were really happy. So since it was going great, in August, we were not paying so much attention, right? And what happened? It grew. Just slightly because we cut it, right, early, and then we started doing something about it. But still, right, we were paying less attention and it grew, 3.5 days. So again, we were discussing that, yeah, maybe we should be actually focusing on it a little more. So in September and October, again, we were able to lower it down to less than 3 days and then even less than 1.5 a day, right? Really, we were really happy. This is where we actually wanted to be from the start. So November came, lots of different focus, actually switched focus. And again, we were not paying so much attention. What happened? It grew again to 3.5 days. And this time it actually hurts, right? Moving from 1.5 a day to 3.5 a day. That's a lot. So I guess you probably know what happens next. We are paying more attention and it dropped 2 days and then even less than 1.5 a day. And I don't have more data because then we split, so data would not be very accurate. And now the question, are we safe to say that observer actually influence Agile metrics measurements? Let's check another example. So different experiment we conducted was stakeholder engagement during sprint reviews. Who would like their stakeholders to be engaged during the meeting? Right? Like asking questions, sharing feedback. We would like that too. But we were feeling it's not going really great. So together with Piotr, we decided that we will actually count the time spent on the engagement during the meeting. Like we counted every minute, every second spent on those interactions. You know, if they were asking questions or sharing some feedbacks. So all the conversations between the team and the stakeholders. And these are the results, right? On average, it was around 20%. So 1/5 of the meeting was actually spent on those interactions. For some, it might be a lot. For us, it was not enough. We wanted more because sprint reviews actually for these interactions, right? We wanted that feedback. So we talked with Piotr and we had this crazy idea, right? Crazy hypothesis that if we will change one thing in how we are preparing and facilitating the meeting, we will be able to get that engagement a little better, right? To grow. If you would like to hear more, what was the change? We can talk during networking and coffee time after this talk. Yeah, so we talked about it and we decided that we will do the change, but we will not inform anyone about it, right? And what happened? The engagement grew, right? We were able to hit almost 60%. It was the best sprint review I've ever attended. The next one, as you can see, might not be that spectacular, but we still saw the difference. It was still better. And something you will not see here is that during those two meetings, we were able to identify changes and we could implement them before the release. And what's important, we are releasing every sprint. Usually our cut to test is the next day, right? So thanks to the feedback from the stakeholder, we are able to identify it and then actually get it done before the release so it can get to the production as quick as possible. So at this time, we thought maybe we should inform people what we did, right? So this is where we brought the observer. And to our surprise, the engagement dropped. Conclusion, it might not always be the best idea to bring the observer because it might not get you the result you need. Okay, I have one more for you from Agile World, let's call it that way. Who would like their teams to deliver more story points? Do we have anyone? More velocity? Okay, that's actually pretty good. It's a really controversial one. Well, of course, we don't want that either, right? We don't want our teams to deliver more story points. What we actually want is our teams to feel comfortable when they are planning work for the sprint. So this metric is something we are constantly observing, right? This is something we are checking, but we don't have any expectation that it will grow, right? So the numbers varies, but we don't observe constant growth in that matter. Okay, so that's the last one from the Agile world, but I have one more from you. So are we actually experiencing the observer effect in real world, everyday life? So I would say let's imagine, but better yet, let's observe this situation. Well, I think we need to play it one more time because it actually froze a bit. Again? Oh, come on. Okay, when we don't realize we are being observed, we might do something that we wouldn't do if we knew we are being observed, right? Just as the guy in the video, I'm pretty sure you know him. So the second he spotted he's being observed, he stopped picking at his nose. And I know we watched it twice, but I would like you to capture this, like his hesitation, right? So there is this moment, he's actually putting his hand up, like he would like to do it again, but he remembers he's being observed, so he stops it with the other hand, right? So if you haven't seen it, I will try to play it again. And now you can see it. Right? Oh, didn't want to have any, yeah. So, I will leave you with that, and I guess we can proceed to some takeaways.
I believe you already have some thoughts, but let's wrap it up. I have 5 takeaways to share with you. Number 1, you influence things. So once you will start or measure, you will change it. Number 2, minimize the mess. You cannot erase your impact, but you can try to keep it small. So in case of metrics with the story points, Team is aware that story points are just for a planning. Number three. Use it to your advantage. Smart observation can guide things in a good direction. Just watching code review time helps the team to work more smoothly. Number four, know your biases. We have some mental trap in our head. Be aware of that. And the last one, since it's agile, iterate, iterate, iterate. Keep checking, keep changing, keep learning. And since we started with the joke, the only way to end it up is to have one more. What does quantum physics have in common with agile? You're never quite sure what you will get until you measure it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.